Belachara offers seniors beautiful apartment living. It's a special, secure place to belong, providing choice, freedom and professional care. Each spacious apartment comes with an ensuite, veranda, security and on-call nurses. Entertain your guests in the elegantly appointed shared spaces. Our vibrant activities program will keep your mind and body active. Belachara welcomes new residents. Call us today on 5202 5300 for a personal tour.
Welcome back to News Geelong. The All Holden Day, or FX through 8Z Holden Car Club, to give it its official title, was another car feature day in Geelong, with over 600 cars on display. Our regular lady of revheads, Machine Merrill Friend, was at the Deakin University Warn Ponds Reserve for this hot report.
I'm sitting in a 63 EJ wagon at the All Holden Show at the Showgrounds. A fantastic day, over 600 cars, and it's the 9th annual show. And a really special day with the All Holden Day here at the Showgrounds. How's it all going?
The day is going fantastic. Compared to last year where it rained, we've been blessed with blue skies and sunshine, and over 600 beautiful Holdens have graced our presence today. It's great.
And that's a record?
It is a record. Last year, due to the weather, got just over 300, and we've doubled that this year, so it's beautiful.
There are some amazing cars here, and you have to choose one.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to make one decision, the President's choice, and there's 622, I think, last count, and I got to pick one, which is a task in its own.
Now, what is it about the Holden that has inspired you to become president of the Geelong Club?
Well, living in Geelong's pretty well Ford territory. Literally Ford territory. And I think the minority down here, I've always liked Holdens. I like EHs myself, and joined the club, and I enjoy being president.
So this is the 9th year?
Yeah, 9th annual year, and by the way it's going, I think there'll be a 10th. All
right, so if anybody is interested in finding out more about Holdens and the club, what would they do?
They can go to our website, www.fx-hzcarclub.com, and all the information is there.
All right, so do you meet regularly or?
Yeah, we meet at once a month, except January, on the first Monday at 7:30, and at a church in Geelong, and then we go on runs in the warmer months, probably at least two a month, and in the cooler months down to one.
So obviously there's some, right up to date ones, but how far back are we going with the ages of these cars?
Well, the one behind me is 1948, and then we're fortunate enough here to have up to 2012 HSVs, and the latest and greatest.
And we're joined with Charlie Colville, and you've got this incredible machine behind you. Can you tell us its story?
Oh, a little bit of work and hard yakka and a bit of history in the boot. It's got my grandfather's blankets, First World War, Gallipoli, and Second World War blankets. And he was the first white man born in Wonga Park.
Wow.
And a bit of history there, but that's what we like about our Holdens, our Australian history, and we forget it.
Now, this is a beauty. Is it? It's one of the first?
Oh, it's not one of the first, but it's the first model.
Right.
They made a lot of them. But 48,
yep.
They couldn't get the grills worked out. So they had hundreds and hundreds on the floor.
Yep.
So most of your 49s were 48s, but they couldn't get them made.
Right.
There was a couple of clever brothers that made the grills and worked out how to do it. But that was, it's a bit of history what we used to go through. But they're a nice car if you do them up and that. But that's our heritage.
And how long have you had this one?
22 years and I still haven't finished it. But
never ending.
Never ending.
Yeah.
But it drives better than what it looks. Oh. But it's a beautiful car to drive.
And it's got a new engine in it, of course.
Yeah, V6, all running late model gear.
Yep.
So you got the old style body and you got the best of the two worlds.
From the All Holden Show, Merrill Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Merrill. The launch of the Geelong Hospital 2013 appeal was made at the new Deakin Waterfront Kitchen this week, with many community guests gathering to gain knowledge and information on the objective for this year's campaign, a $4.1 million special care nursery extension. News Geelong was there to speak with key people involved in the project. Gavin, another $4 million development within the community and in conjunction with Cotton On.
Yes, Graham, and we're very excited to make the announcement tonight at our campaign launch. Another great partnership with the Cotton On and Cotton On Foundation and the Geelong community, and it's going to be the Special Care Nursery.
which is an adjunct between, probably following the magnificent midwifery section of Bowen Health Geelong Hospital.
It is. A lot of people in Geelong would have been born in Baxter House many years ago, particularly people 30 years plus. And Bowen Health actually moved the Baxter maternity services across to the main part of the hospital about 20 odd years ago, including our special care nursery. And while the clinicians have worked very well and we've kept pace with the medical side of things, the actual area and squareage and all of that has fallen behind, and it's now time to get it up to speed and give the community something they deserve.
It's just going to be huge. It will make a big difference for the families of Geelong, and I think with the population spreading out across Victoria, and Geelong's no exception, we're going to have a lot of families coming through, and having this redevelopment, making it a bit bigger and a little bit more comfortable is going to make a big difference.
And having such wonderful facilities, of course, we draw the closer, the better clinicians, the paediatricians, and of course the wonderful nursing staff.
Oh yes, you can't leave the wonderful nursing staff out. Look, we really have a fantastic group in Geelong, from the paediatricians all the way through nursing staff and even the ancillary and allied health. Yes, it will attract more people to the Geelong area, but we've got a really great group at the moment. We just need to maybe get, some more facilities happening and improvements for the future.
And Alison, you look like a lady who enjoys a bit of exercise. Look forward to you participating in the Run Geelong in November to assist Cotton On in their fundraising for this special care.
Oh, definitely. Look, I've done every Run Geelong since they've started, and the money was put towards Heath Wing 3, the children's ward. And look, I've enjoyed every single one of them, and we've tried to encourage everyone, family, friends and the rest of all the wards to do this run. It's going to be great.
Thank you to our great Geelong Hospital. We wish you well in the project, and we'll keep all of our viewers up to date with what is happening along the way. Osborne House, out on the northern shores overlooking Corio Bay, has a rich and substantial history in Geelong. It was the first Australian Naval College, and last Saturday celebrated its centenary, with 5 admirals from the Royal Australian Navy being among the many guests. Joining in the august occasion, as Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at Osborne House celebrating the Royal Australian Navy centenary. We're able to speak with high-ranking officials in the Navy and also the Minister of Defence, Warren Snowden.
I first came to Geelong as a kid because my grandparents lived here, and I'm now an old man, relatively speaking, and I never ever was told about this place. So the first I heard about it was last week when I was invited to come here, and now it's such a key and important part of Australian naval history to have it sitting here in Geelong, and I'm really pleased that the council is actually looking after it, providing the capacity for it not to be redeveloped, which is a really good thing. I reckon this is something which is iconic for Geelong, but for Australian military history, very, very important.
And as you say, many Geelong residents would know nothing about the Osborne history.
That's right, and when you hear about it, as we heard this morning, what a unique place. 13-year-old boys coming from all over Australia 100 years ago to start off a naval career at this college.
100 years ago we started our first officer training school in the Royal Australian Naval College here at Osborne House, and to be back here almost to the day it was officially opened is a real treat.
And as a lot of Geelong residents would not know the amazing history of this place.
Oh, well, I think a lot of people in the Navy don't know the history of this place, and it's one of those hidden gems, I think, that sit there, and hopefully events like this bring it out to the fore and make the public aware of it.
It was the first naval college that had been built outside England as part of the British Empire, and so the college really was the foundation of the development of naval officer training. It was the final piece in the puzzle to put together an Australian Navy, and so it was a very significant moment, and that's why the Governor-General and the Prime Minister were here. There were 28 13-year-old cadet midshipmen who were paraded before them. They had come from every state in the country. In fact, one boy took 4 days to get from Ingham. There was a cyclone and a flood, and he came by steamer and he came by train, but he eventually arrived. The government had said that they wanted a cadet from every state, and importantly they said that the government would pay for their tuition and uniforms so that boys could be drawn from working class, middle class and upper class.
From Osborne House Naval Exhibition, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Sailor Merrill, rubbing shoulders with the big brass. This is News Geelong as we head to another break. Remember, Twitter us at News Geelong 31 or on Facebook, www.facebook.com/News Geelong. We'll return with more news after this.